I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a scroll written inside and on the back, sealed with 7 seals. We find in Scripture 3 other places, and yes, I used my concordance to double check, a scroll or a little book spoken of and similar to what we find here in chapter 5. In chapter 10, verses 1 to 11, we read, "And I saw still another mighty angel coming down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was on his head. His face was like the sun, and his feet like pillars of fire. And he had a little book open in his hand, and he set his right foot on the sea, and his left foot on the land, and cried with a loud voice as when a lion roars. And when he cried out, 7 thunders uttered their voices. Now when the 7 thunders uttered their voices, I was about to write, but I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, Seal up the things which the 7 thunders uttered, and do not write them. And the angel whom I saw standing on the sea and on the land lifted up his hand to heaven, and swore by him who lives forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that are in it, the earth and the things that are in it, and the sea and the things that are in it, that there should be delay no longer. But in the days of the sounding of the 7th angel, when he is about to sound, the mystery of God would be finished, as he declared to his servants the prophets. Then the voice which I heard from heaven spoke to me again and said, Go, take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel, who stands on the sea and on the earth. I went to the angel and said to him, Give me the little book. And he said to me, Take and eat it, and it will make your stomach bitter, but it will be as sweet as honey in your mouth. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it, and it was as sweet as honey in my mouth. But when I had eaten it, my stomach became bitter. And he said to me, You must prophesy again about many peoples, nations, tongues, and kings. If you remember, about a year and a half ago, somewhere in that time frame, when we were going through Zechariah chapter 5, verses 1 through 4, we read, Then I turned and raised my eyes and saw there a flying scroll. And he said to me, What do you see? So I answered, I see a flying scroll. Its length is 20 cubits, and its width 10 cubits. And he said to me, This is the curse that goes out over the face of the whole earth. Every thief shall be expelled according to what is on this side of the scroll, and every perjurer shall be expelled according to what is on that side of it. I will send out the curse, says the Lord of hosts. It shall enter the house of the thief, and the house of the one who swears falsely by my name. It shall remain in the midst of his house, and consume it with its timber and stones. And then in Ezekiel chapter 2, beginning at verse 9, going through chapter 3, verse 3, we read, Now when I looked, there was a hand stretched out to me, and behold, a scroll of a book was in it. Then he spread it before me, and there was writing on the inside and on the outside, and writing on it were lamentations and mourning and woe. Moreover, he said to me, Son of man, eat what you find, eat this scroll, and go, speak to the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that scroll. And he said to me, Son of man, feed your belly, and fill your stomach with this scroll that I give you. So I ate it, and it was in my mouth like honey in sweetness. Now, in just reading these passages, we find, of course, or we see one common trait. That all four of these have a scroll, and that the scroll is written on the inside and the outside. We also find similarities between this one and that one, or that one and this other one, or these three and not this one, and so forth and so on, and we will get into that. We'll outline them next time. But of course the question that we want to answer is, are these all speaking and picturing the same scroll? Think about it.